people can get away with all this nonsense now. There's no whip to be.
I do be loving those donkeys. Look who we got in the listeners section.
Alistair, did you record Concrete calling Abby an animal yesterday?
You mean Concrete?
Or Concretia?
Possibly. That was what, Matt Cool's room?
No, it was
Possibly, but probably not. Chillism is one of the best rooms to record because you can hit it at 7 or 8 in the morning, come back 24 hours later, and it's still going. So it requires minimal effort from the recorder's perspective.
Oh, Monica, I have to take away from somebody, so I might be gone in just a second, but I'll be back.
Earned your ticket into the ballroom yesterday. Let's say heaven, right? And your children have a court. Tell just casually, like just chilling. No, this is God.
So when Cash Patel came out last night, he's such a kiss ass, isn't he? He's always like the most flattering kiss ass to Trump, which is fine. I'm sure Trump really likes it actually, but there's always just nonstop chatter about Cash is an alcoholic. Trump is considering firing him, and then after last night, Cash comes out and says, Donald Trump backs police, and we have what we need because of Donald Trump. It's like, yeah, well, that's great, but like your credibility, is it all there? Like, do Americans really trust Cash Patel to not be a trickster and to be a straight shooter? I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I know a lot of Indians, and there are a lot of them are doctors, and they do very well. And they came here in the 80s, in mass migrations, and now they all run our medical industrial complex and make the most amount of money. I'm not complaining. I'm simply saying that Cash Patel is not the high quality, high credibility, moralist, virtue person that nobody ever thought he was. But I'm just saying that. Hello?
Hello?
But yeah, I mean, I'd be happy. Oh, sorry.
Chase, my pens, and I can't find the fucking lid.
Yeah, that sucks. You could always put a saran wrap over it.
Well, what I did was I cannibalized the fluorescent yellow that I never use, and I just used that cap, and I'm like, you die, asshole.
Damn. You need to be on Trump's Secret Service security detail with that type of attitude. Trump will always have security.
I just hate that when you're in the middle of something and it's like, no, I can't afford this loss. This is not acceptable. Although I did have a good conversation with my dad yesterday. And because he's like, don't get confrontational. And I said, Dad, would you consider yourself an intense, passionate person? And his lady said, she said my stepmother, and she's like, yes, he is, yes. And she said it kindly, of course. And I said, I'm intense and passionate too, and I've received criticism about it, but I'm actually quite proud because it creates a kind of strength and it gets shit done. And I would say that I got that a lot from my parents. And they have strength. They got a lot of shit done. So I know when to pull back. And I'm like, I'm not being confrontational. My apologies. All I'm doing is intense and passionate and just letting you know that I have the strength that you guys have bequeathed upon me as well. Be reassured in that fact. Okay, the end.
Sometimes just acknowledging the emotions helps.
Yeah. He's quite I don't know if you say reasonable, but when he's fair when it comes to making a good point. And though he may not say it, you can tell he's like, all right, good point.
The comedy clips from you put together was a lot of fun.
Unless they get the mark of the beast. And Jessica, by the way she answered these questions, she will get the mark of the beast in order to feed her children. And that in itself is the same answer to the question I asked earlier. Say, yo, do you love God more than your children? Or do you love your children more than God?
Saint Jacobus and Saint Joseph. You know what's interesting is many you wouldn't think at first face that many of these people are like hyper religious, but it turns out either they're hypocrites and full of shit, but it turns out that a lot of these people view themselves as being like hyper religious and totally accurate in their fundamental religious belief. And that's what a lot of people in chillism spend a lot of time talking about, which is crazy, but it's just one form of debate and people get high on it. In this, it's just dopamine creation for people is people just keep going back to the source honeypot of creation and debating and fine tuning their argumentation. Hello. But I got my Nespresso here and my harmonica. And I just want to play a little harmonica song for our dear friend Monica, who I came across on Clown House being abused by all the black African Americans on this app, calling her racist, calling her white bread, grilled cheese sandwich, every nasty name in the cracker box.
Right.
Abraham and his son. Yes. What about it?
So God said, okay, you're more loyal to me than your own son or whatever.
I mean, that's not.
That's a good point, brother.
Context. That's not what the context is, Jacobus, because God tells us what the context.
Okay, they'll be arguing all day about this. It's a great room to record. Very little work involved except for the participants. It's what I call plantation working. It's the modern day clubhouse plantation where people just come to gather in the fields of the plantation. And I'm sitting in that beautiful white house on a hill overlooking the massive plantation. There are hundreds of workers, and I have cameras pointed at all of them to record their hard work, dedication, and commitment to service. Hello? So this is some music that I arranged on AI yesterday. I hope you like it. This song is called Hawk.
Mine is the head of the hawk. Rose and cross of life and side to the invocation.
I'm not too big of a fan of heavy metal. You know, kind of too much in the morning. Let me play for something a little more chill. This is called Wisdom of God by the John Kitover Band. Grab your coffee, grab your cannabis if you got some. Sit back.
You came like dawn in my hands, soft but stronger than I knew. My fear turned gold in your eyes, and my old night broke in two. I was lost in the noise, now I'm learning how to stay close to your quiet light. In the middle of the day, stop thinking. Let it fall. Take the deepest breath. Hold them all. Hold it close, don't run from the feeling. The second you can't start believing. Wisdom of God, now it's joy. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God is above. Oh, let it go, go, go. I am so happy to know your touch is a steady rain on the dust of who I was. Everyone gets named, then it fades in a hush. I don't need 1,000 signs on your name is a chest, one deep breath, one brave step, and this can't be good. Stop thinking. Take the deepest breath. Strong from the feeling. 1 second, you can't stop believing. When someone got now it's done. Someone got, someone got, someone stay near if I break. Pull me through, teach my hands to release what I cannot hold with you. Now it's joy, wisdom of God. Now it's love, wisdom of God. Let it go. Now it's fun. Wisdom of God, I'm yours.
Hello?
Your face. Yes. Like the second picture. And
Yeah, you keep those fucking faces on.
yeah, exactly. That figure is fun. That is such a fun figure. If you like that, I'm getting a hard on.
Like that's all you got, nigga. That's all you got. My inside is keen as in rocks, but
Okay, this comes from the.
I foster all the degenerates. I'm a degenerate myself. So.
Okay, this comes. Okay, this comes from the Tao Te Ching. This is page 56. I know many of you don't read anymore. You just come here and talk endlessly. The way is empty, yet when you use it, you never need fill it again. Like an abyss, it seems to be the ancestor of the 10,000 things. It files down sharp edges, unties the tangles, softens the and settles the dust. Submerged, it seems perhaps to exist. We don't know whose child it is. It seems to have even preceded the Lord. Heaven and earth are not humane. They regard the 10,000 things as straw dogs. It is not humane. He regards the common people as straw dogs. The space between heaven and earth, is it not like a bellows? It is. Hello?
My turn. My turn. Since you're saying I don't read, I bought some books last night. This place where they sell books for $1.
That's just his opener, man. Just everybody.
Yeah. Full. Since I can admit I know nothing. All I know is by love and pain. Two things that are often the same. At any moment, it could fall apart. But the wonderful thing is that no matter how torn apart the spine might be, this book is written not just ourselves, others we meet along the way. When I hand my book over for you to write, I ask you to scribble as much as you please. Do not leave anything out. Not one single heartbreak, a moment of happiness or sleepless night. Because in the end of the day, without this book, we know nothing.
Hello, Cerberus. You want to read to us from the Medina Charter of Muhammad, the Islamic Constitution, that we can finally put to rest that Islam is just a mafia organization and a scam and a fraud created by Muhammad. It's a major level marketing scam dedicated to the in-group, out-group, the believer versus the non-believer, for political gain, for financial gain, for intimidation and blood money. Hello?
Begotten child of my father and mother, my father is dead. You say hello? Like, is that like your code?
He's just saying no because it gets silent and he wants to know if he's still in the room or not. That's why he says hello, because he gets kicked out so many times that he's probably.
No, because like he has a nice intro. He has a nice intro.
I told him he's gonna clean that up.
Yeah, but like you got no substance, man. Like we want to hear something, you read something, but it needs to also be clicking. Like, where's the climax? And if there was a climax, like you need to build up to it. There's the tone has to, like, you can catch attention, but you can't maintain it because you're giving it all your energy is being poured in that immediately. So we're all expecting like a build up, a climax, because you're already coming in with this, and it's all the same constant. And
Let me give Alabaster
zones out. Dude.
This guy fucking this guy says
By my body I am for free.
this fucking idiot doesn't think I read. I'll read some shit to you. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, what levels of it? We could just like get into it. Like, well,
Yeah.
what legal definitions of it, and like how could I get myself into which box?
Well, you're not gonna really. I mean, a weird encounter is not going to be considered a rape. So we've had plenty of those.
Such things date rape.
Yeah.
People
I'm
often.
not so sure if it is.
I think there is, and when people put roofies in people's drinks and stuff, so they're like packed down and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, I just want to point out that creativity is true joy. And so unfortunately, a lot of these rooms on Clubhouse just are not creative enough because you guys aren't using you're not using enough instruments.
It's my new poem. John over here. I'm tired. I'm tired of something. Yeah. I'm tired of working on myself while you refuse to make the necessary changes to make this work. I'm tired of trying when I see no real effort. I'm tired of fighting for someone who only wants to combat everything I say or I do. I'm tired of loving someone who acts like they hate me. I'm tired of talking like an adult while you act like a child. I'm tired of sharing my feelings with someone who is often by the pain, who is offended by the pain of my heart.
But himself 50 years. He was left of center. He was a Tesla was a clean energy electric vehicle company. The Republicans were these people who didn't believe in climate change, and so it was sort of naturally much more comfortable in sort of
An ambiguous political position.
And then at some point, Elon shifted, and it's overdetermined why he shifted or why you shifted or some of these other people did.
And in shift, Peter.
I know.
Everyone feels that way, of course.
I know these things are overdetermined, but I keep thinking part of it is just this sort of straitjacket is not what you all signed up for. This intellectual straitjacket where you're not allowed to have ideas. Even if you agree with 80%, it's never enough. You have to be 100%.
So Comedy Mothership, I hope you work for Joe Rogan in Austin, Texas, and you're like, we love what you do, John, and we want you to come perform in Austin.
Maybe like it's part of a brand. Everyone is just like they love it.
Yeah, it's the fifth up. Split.
Of double powering the
Hello?
Day off. Just say I have four fucking kids. So you're talking about a a 2-on-2 court. Sorry,
Like three, right? The older two have their own together, right? I mean, you have four, but you're not control one of
The older child.
control them.
How the older child. Or if there is a divide, and the age is just empower the head of each of strong authority of each, and the one make it more symbiotic.
I was so angry. My brother's like 5 years older, so he'd always get the front seat. But like my sister's just like 2 years younger, so like we always had turns with the front seat, and I like felt like I never got that like older advantage.
Hello?
Should be given the respect and the authority. Should be. So you can see it. I've been given authority, but you have to be more than pragmatic.
You have that in your family.
There was a shot that I was thought like the oldest or the one, the hierarchy is going to sit in the front. So it's not depending on but if it's your father, your mother's going to sit in the front. If it's not, if your mother's not there, the oldest is going to sit in the front. Yes, it was. I remember John. Just makes me think that I leave this app too much and I'm having the same experience. I'm getting high, and then it's like tripping me up. And then, am I doing this? Is this like kind of a recall of like something where like I'm getting uncomfortable?
I gotta go to the breakup. This is what I gotta do, John. I'm going every nice poem I want to go to. I just want to go to another breakup fucking poem.
And I feel like the first time this happened to him is the reason why now he's this way. But it's just like he doesn't want to learn. He doesn't want to. I don't know. I don't think he's got anything he's actually interested in other than like socializing. Man, this is humanity. This is Earth. This is not paradise, bro. This ain't paradise. You gotta put something on the table. You got to put something on the table. I hate it too, but bro, it's just.
Great job. I am so proud of you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's so cold.
Spoke to me. What are you talking?
Do you think God's not everyone or just you?
Speaking right now. You are the world's gate to everything that happens in there. Like when a light, like when I see a number, when I see a potentially stuff more and more as I'm getting older, and I'm just like, this it matters. This is my number. This is my stuff. This is my being. This is I should go there.
I need to know, like, I always felt like, everything's connected, synchronicity. Um, and then, my dad, a psychologist, he said not everything is connected and that I need to go to the psych hospital. So, like, I
Don't
think
let people tell you you're crazy. Like if you're smarter.
everything's connected.
Oh my God. This is all child of my father. My father is dead. By my body I invoke thee. About me, yes, I invoke thee. By the Lamb I invoke thee. I invoke. By the Son invoke thee. I invoke. Yes, I invoke.
In history, any other president that's done that recently, at least. Because yeah, they've. I think Truman, no? Truman, I think maybe Truman. I think was the last to do a major thing. So this is actually, but this is actually different what he's doing. It's not like the White House burned down or something. Y'all care? I mean, they completely destroyed a wing. Yeah, but it's the new wing. You know? Only came in the 1900s. It's not the original White House. I don't know. I just didn't know that. Given as someone who is deeply invested intellectually, emotionally, financially in the arts, I just did not know Americans cared this much about historical architectural preservation, given how hard it is for local historical societies that I belong to and contribute to raise $3,000. If only the people who are outraged about this much would have given $5 to the Carter G. Woodson House. I'm talking about black people. It wouldn't be condemned. You can't even go in the Carter G. Woodson House, but everybody's celebrating Black History Month. Many people here don't even know the Carter G. Woodson House is condemned. I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. I think if Obama did it, people wouldn't care. It's got to be given, but I respect everybody's opinion. Sandra, what does that mean? He says our house. It is it. They elected us. It's not. We're Negroes. Black people care about the law. Okay. Yeah, but everyone. Well, who's we? I don't care about. Theory, you was on the same bandwagon, so don't go and change now. Because when you was on up, that was. I never talked about the bar. I remember talking about when we. You don't remember because I remember when we played it in here. I didn't hear a bunch of people. You have to be kidding me. I remember when we played it. I'm gonna let you talk in a second. Okay. I remember when we played it in this room. Bullshit. There wasn't one single person in this room that had may or may not have said anything. I don't know, but I know this whole room was fucking outraged about it. Honestly, at the time, in my mind, I didn't care. I really don't give a fuck, to be honest. Half of the shit he's doing, I don't give a fuck. Outside of fucking motherfuckers deploying, I don't care.
Motherfuckers deploying. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Just about motherfuckers deploying.
Into history, yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying because my mom is she's a history major. I don't know anybody in this room that said I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. Nobody. There was nothing in the chat about it. I don't care. Now all of a sudden, everybody wants to jump on stage and say, "Yeah, I don't know why people care. Why y'all didn't come up on stage and say that when people were saying it?" You know what, Patty? I'm not done speaking. Okay. When it was said earlier, what's going on? Before, you want to know what's going on? Yes. Because I came up on stage and said something. Hold on. I didn't mean to mod you. I'm gonna move you down to the go. Or you can move yourself. I'm gonna move myself. Okay. So no one came on stage. Spiritedly in this room, do y'all remember when we talked about this? Who came on stage and had a problem with it? Or didn't have. I said it was on the bottom of my list. I always said that. I mean, I care only to the extent of we don't, on the broader picture, that we don't have money to do things. We got ballrooms in that context. Otherwise, it's at the bottom. But you know what? It's just funny that all of a sudden nobody gave a fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really didn't give a fuck if you want to know the truth. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I really didn't give a fuck then, and I don't give a fuck now. But that's the shit I be talking about. Y'all gotta have your own brain. This should be weird. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah, maybe you weren't here. We actually went through statutes. I remember because Victoria was wrong. I went through the fine art statutes of the 1930s. I remember. I'm sure, yeah.
And I forgot the team. When we were looking it up, I was like, he's the one that assigns this person, so he's gonna get it approved. This whole fucking room was fucking talking crazy about, well, this and that. Okay, so now everybody agree. Okay, makes that argument. I was here, man. Because honestly, I was like, let me just listen because I don't know what's going on. I don't care. And then I brought up that point, and I brought up something else that Cindy had said in another room. Cindy Stumpo. And I said, well, Cindy Stumpo was saying Stumpo. She's white. I was like, okay, you got it.
You got it, babe. You got this, babe.
And I only use her as reference because she's quote unquote supposed to be an expert in construction. But I remember that conversation. Now all of a sudden everybody's outraged. Funny. I mean, no longer outraged. But maybe you change your mind over the time because y'all over time y'all just heard other things and said, you know what, fuck it, I don't care anymore.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Yeah, we got another one. Daniela pushed in chat. It's not the White House, it's the Kennedy Center. Y'all don't go to the Kennedy Center or send any money to the Kennedy Center. The arts in this country have been woefully funded and cut by Republicans. I mean, really, in earnest. Go back to the NEA 4. Of course, many people here who act like they care about the Kennedy Center don't know anything about the NEA 4, but that's a different discussion. It's all fake.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's all fake. This country does not
Play that.
When
I got
art,
my new
people worried about
5 years ago.
So people care about this. Preservation of architecture. They're not lobbying on behalf of music programs. It's just grant. Right.
I never graduated.
All of it's phony. And these centers shut down for repairs. People were up in arms. What the fuck? You heard the last year or two? Should have been shut down years ago.
Which one's
state of the art performance venue? Trent, there's going to be nothing under the ballroom. It's not going to be a nuclear fallout shelter that only the president and the people can get to. Like, it's just, it's not, a ballroom is not needed. If you need a special underground fallout shelter, you just build that. You don't need a ballroom above it. Like, come on, man. I don't know. It's about the necessity of a ballroom. Never in the history of the world since fucking Louis the 16th and Mary Antoinette got their heads cut off has anyone argued that a ballroom was necessary.
No, but I think what Friend has alluded to is what I put in the chat. I remember when they were talking about the designs and the plans. I kept wondering in the reporting why they kept specifying who some of the defense contractors were part of it, and I think it was, I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but it made it seem like they were trying to make it like they were involved because of like the bunker shelters and everything that were going to be under, and I just thought it was weird that like that was part of how.
I saw reporting that they were going to be put in a hospital in the same structure as the ball.
But here's the thing. I mean, I approach it from this way because I see it in New York. Like every 10 to 20 years, the major cultural institution buildings are being upgraded, modernized, renovated, and this takes, and I see the fundraising, and it's like millions of dollars, and takes, holdings up for in a couple of years or whatever it is. Like, all these updates have to happen. There's no reason why it wouldn't have to happen for a Kennedy Center or ballrooms or whatever the fuck it is. Like, this is just part of how buildings
will be underneath it, but there is obviously something going to be. There's been speculation of what it is. That is going to be underneath it as
escape from what?
But no,
escape from what?
I don't know.
From what?
No, we don't know because nobody.
No, I said it was needed. So I'm saying
that's not why. My man, this is not why. The reason why
the British.
The reason why I said it was, I actually think it was needed, is because of situations like just happened. Now,
like what?
Because the White House is more, you can secure the perimeter of the White House.
The White House correspondents don't want to have their thing in the ballroom.
Well, that would be a different story. But for dignitaries visiting,
what would be needed for?
Well, man, can I?
No, I'm trying to understand, because you're saying for last night, but there's no guarantee it would be in the White House.
Yeah. For dignitaries when they visit, when they have major.
How many dignitaries have been assassinated on American soil?
Yeah, but for security purposes, because we do live in a different security situation than previously.
Yeah, it was less secure before.
Well, hold on. Let me just say, if I can finish, look, I can't remember if it was the Bush administration or the Obama administration. It might have been the Bush administration, but there were people talking about how there wasn't enough space to host X, Y. By the song I invoke. And ends. 6. I bear the rose and cross of life and light, giving the sign at each remaining in the sign, the invocation concludes. Therefore, I say, dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether it be firmament or things,
You came like dawn in my hands, soft but stronger than I knew. My fear turned gold in your eyes, and my old night broke in two. I was lost in the noise, now I'm learning how to stay close to your quiet light. In the middle of the day, stop thinking, let it fall. Take the deepest breath, hold them all. Hold it close, don't run from the feeling. The second you can start believing. Wisdom of God, now it's yours. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God, is above. Yes, I needed to know. Your touch is a steady rain on the dust of who I was. Everyone gets named, then it fades in a hush. I don't need 1,000 signs on your name. Just one deep breath, one brave step, and it's can't stop. Take the deepest breath. Start from the ceiling. For a second, you can't stop believing. I never stop. Stay near if I break. Pull me through, teach my hands to release what I cannot hold with you. Tender nights, now it's joy, wisdom of God. Now it's love, wisdom of God. Wisdom of God, now it's home. Wisdom of God, I'm yours.
I read the rain in a teacup. I read the wind in your hand. Tower in the broken sidewalk. Out in the grocery stand. Psychology in the pattern. Loving the way you say. If I let go, I come back in. If I let go, you get me. Now it's joy. Now it's wisdom. Now it's soul. Time is love here. Love is now. Oh, show me now. With my shit. So I'll stop asking for forever. I'll start listening for the sign. One small smile, clean moment, turns the whole world right. Now it's wisdom. Now it's joy. Now it's wisdom. Now it's joy. Ooh. I'm Princess Libertarian. I bring a message to Lord Boris from the Queen. Prince Viserys Velaryon, son of Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen. Lord Boris, I brought you a message from my mother, the Queen.
Yet earlier this day I received an envoy from the king. Which is it? King or queen? The House of the Dragon does not seem to know who rules it. What's your mother's message? Where's the bloody maester? Remind me of my father's oath. King Aegon at least came with an offer. My swords and banners for a marriage pact. If I do as your mother bids, which one of my daughters will you wed? Boy.
My lord, I'm not free to marry. I'm already betrothed.
So you come with empty hands. Go home, pup. And tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
I shall take your answer to the Queen, my lord.
Wait, my Lord Strong. Did you really think that you could just fly about the realm, try and steal my brother's throne at no cost?
I came as a messenger, not a warrior.
Fight would be little challenge. No. I want you to put out your eye. It's payment for mine. One will serve. I would not blind you.
Princess Libertarian.
Mine is the head of the hawk. Abrahadabra. And ends.
6. I bear the rose and cross of life and light.
Abrahadabra.
Giving the sign that each Abrahadabra.
Remaining in the sign. The invocation concludes.
Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, on dry land, or in the water, or whirling air, or of rushing fire, every spell and scourge of God's vast one, might be thee.
Abrahadabra. The adoration. Impromptu. Closed by banishing.
I think this was omitted at W's order.
And he does want attention.
Mine is the head of the heart. I had it right.
And endless.
6. I bear the rising cross of life and light.
Giving the sun at each every hand.
In the sign, the invocation concludes.
Sing to thee, come thou forth and dwell, so that every spirit of wing and
The adoration, impromptu, close by banishing.
I think this was omitted at W's order.
Night is the head of the and my side is keys the heart. By my head
I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee.
to about me shine the diamond of radiance white and pure. By brightness I invoke thee.
Is the red triangle. Reverse the sign given of none. Save it be of thee, O Lord. By my
3 miles the garment of what? So gold. Flash about
by my road,
the sign of prophets of death. So it's the burden of white gold and mind the blue figure of the internet. I might cry. So by my faith, of double power in the voice of the master, Abraham Abram, by the word I know. You are the dark blue waves of music. Song of you. Strike, strike, strike. Rock, song, jump, song. In hand is thy sword of revenge. Let it strike at my bidding. By the sword I invoke thee. For for mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the hawk's. By my head I invoke thee. Hey, I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the triangle reverse, the sign given of none save it be of thee. O Lord, by the Lamb and I invoke thee. 3. Mine is the God.
And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear.
Do you help with tax issues?
Yes, you know, yes, it.